Hello, hello. Welcome to the call. How's it going, Justin? Let's see here. Reginald, Marcus, welcome. Welcome, gentlemen. Let me get the chat open here and we will get rolling. Kathleen, welcome. David Cartwright, welcome. Good to see you guys here. Hope everybody is doing well. We still got people jumping on here, so we'll give it a minute and then we'll get going. Go ahead and type in, if you wouldn't mind, type in any questions that you have. Awesome, David. Good, thank you. I love it when a text works. Go ahead and start typing in any questions that you have. If you have something that you want to make sure we do our best to get to here on the call, go ahead and type it in and I will start knocking them out. I saw that Justin James was first on the call. He's still connected to audio though. Looks like he might be having some technical difficulties. There he is. Welcome, Justin. So I saw you were first on the call. So if you have something that you'd like to address, Justin, I'm happy to make sure that we prioritize that. Awesome. Okay, cool. Kathleen, good. And I'm glad you got the text, Kathleen. It was pretty funny. Before I hit send, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Did I remember to update Kathleen's number? And so I went and checked in high level and made sure it was updated and sent it out. So I'm glad that you got it. That's funny. All right, cool. Everybody, well, welcome to Office Hours. So these calls are based on conversations that I had in my mastermind group and Growth Insiders group here in the last couple of weeks, where, you know, just trying to figure out the best way to provide value to people and make sure that I'm giving the, you know, the right support that I can and all to help people get out of just learning mode and take action, or feeling stuck, you know, with something and take action. I certainly know how that goes. And so these calls are literally nothing. I have nothing, no training agenda or anything like that, other than answering questions from you guys. So if you have something that you would like feedback on, you want me to open up my browser and open up a piece of software and get in there and show you how to do something, if I can, I will. Give you feedback on a campaign, on a landing page, you know, ad campaign that's not working for you. Whatever it is, anything that I can do to help, I'm happy to. So, so let's see here. Kathleen, I see Kathleen's message in there. Marcus, awesome. Yeah, especially right now, right, Marcus? So Marcus said, you said something that made a whole lot of sense to me on a video sent out the other day. Forget luxury services. Maybe realize I had to cut out a lot of stuff that was not really pushing the needle. Yeah, you know, and so there's a number of questions I see in here already on service packages, and we can jump into those. But yeah, I mean, you know, right now in particular, there are all kinds of things that, you know, you could say, hey, look, you know, this could help somebody. This could be beneficial to somebody. And that's true. But man, if they're not essential and if they don't pull their weight, like pretty much immediately, you're going to have a hard time finding customers for some of those services that don't, you know, really, you can't really check those boxes on in terms of being like really essential and really effective and immediate value. It's not to say that there's not still customers out there for those things, but man, they're going to be hard. They're going to be much harder to find. If they were hard to find before, they're going to be really hard to find now. Kathleen, you want to go ahead and jump on camera or at least audio and tell me what it is that I could help you with?
Sure. Sorry, I was eating a lunch.
That's okay. I'm drinking coffee, so here we go.
Okay. So, I mean, you know, my challenges with the whole niche thing, and I had thought I was narrowing in on hair salons, and then that really came to an abrupt halt. And I'm in a large BNI chapter that still is very functional. We've got about 65 or 70 members. And a lot. I think the whole thing about a text message and chat widget on the website makes a lot of sense. And um, and there are a handful of people that could use one of the high level websites as well. But yeah, I'm just like struggling with what to call the packages. Like I like your smart number thing. Anyway, so I'm looking initially for a really inexpensive thing that I think would benefit a lot of people.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. I think, well, I mean, obviously the reason why I shared some of those packages in the mastermind first is that I think that those are with local businesses, small businesses, SMS, helping people recover lost opportunities when they're missing calls, things like that. I think that those are universal. I mean, if you look at all of the statistics around SMS, how many people are using their mobile phones as the first point of, contact with a local business in terms of search, in terms of making that initial call or text or whatever it is, the stats are off the roof there. And then if you look at the stats from the open rate and action that gets taken when you send somebody an SMS message, the stats are off the charts there as well. So that combo is really powerful. And then the great thing is you can offer that as a super low price self-service offer. And then if they want additional help, from a management perspective, campaign perspective, integration with other services, it's a great foot in the door. So I would say when it comes to specifically designing those packages and what to offer. So I think that the service of simply providing somebody with a smart number and some sort of, chat widget, contact, pop up, whatever it is on the website, that just in and of itself is a fantastic service, right? So I think that you could, so just to think about kind of packaging and pricing and stuff like that, what I personally would not want to do is have like so many options that it starts to scramble my mind or starts to scramble the minds of the people looking at it. So I think what I would do is I would have a package that just includes these various ways of contacting the small business, and then includes that smart number with some basic response campaigns built into it. And then the way that I would pitch that service is, around the benefit of, that we're going to make sure that you're able to get in contact with more customers or capture more opportunities, something that is around that benefit, not about the technical details, not that it's an SMS this or a pop-up that. I would name the package. So like if you look at my old Kutenda packages, like the first package was attract, and so it was just one word. It was attract. Here's what I'm doing for you. I'm putting a system in place that's going to help you attract more business. Okay. So that one word is the benefit. Specifically what was in my service package changed all the time until I got it right, because I wasn't focused on selling, this particular, SMS detail or whatever. It was like, I'm just going to give you what you need to attract. And I messed that up and changed it 50 times before I probably got it right. So focus on the benefit. And then what I would plan on delivering, again, right out of the gate right now, and of course, this is always like, you're going to get out in the marketplace, get feedback, see what works, all that type of stuff, change it. I would set up a smart number. With that smart number, I would have that whole, the boomerang missed call response thing. service that I outlined in the mastermind. And then I would have the contact widget that you could put, the chat widget that you could put on their website so that you could capture people that way. And then I would also just, turn on, I would stress the benefit when I got into the details of talking to people about it, about that smart number and the various things that I could do with it. So in other words, I would stress the fact that I could do, automatic routing of the calls to their salespeople, or, I could route those calls to a variety of numbers. I could do some, what do they call that, when you cycle them around, yeah, to make sure that you actually reach somebody live if you can. So I would stress some of those capabilities that I could provide in that smart number, but it would all be about the benefit of I'm helping you to connect to more opportunities. Right now you're missing opportunities, and we can't do that anymore. Mr. Small Business Owner, we don't have room for that. So I'm going to help you connect and capture more opportunities. And here's how I'm going to do that. Okay. That package I would have at a nice low 67 a month, 97 a month, whatever it is, to get my foot in the door with as many people as possible around that, and then upsell the additional services. The great thing about that service that we just described is you barely have to make any changes to how the customer is currently doing business. Barely have to do anything to their website. All you have to do is get them to put that chat widget code on there. Start putting a phone number, where people can see it, but that's pretty much it, right? So very non-invasive.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I thought even if I sold it at $47 a month, all I would need is like 6 people to cover the cost of high level.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think that, if you look at your, your stack of offers that you're going to have, and you say, hey, I'm looking for that good, fast foot in the door, and then I'm going to be able to build around that nicely. Yeah, I think, having that at a nice low price point like that to get deals going fast is fantastic. And I would probably, price it at like $97 normally.
Yeah.
And give yourself the option to discount, right? Pandemic pricing right now, we're offering this at $47 to all the businesses in the area. 50% discount off of our normal pricing to make sure that you're capturing all those opportunities.
Yeah, great.
That makes sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense. Yeah, and then the only thing is figuring out what the upsells are later and when to implement them. But that's after I get my foot in the door.
Yeah. So let me give you the obvious one. That's an upsell from there. That's a no-brainer, to $297 is then you're going to have, so if that was attract, now you're going to have activate. And activate is going to be your campaign, your custom campaign services that you're going to design for them around that number to activate and reactivate as many customer relationships as you can. Okay, so at $297 a month, now you're building in some reactivation campaign sequence stuff in there, birthday campaigns. There's a number of different things that we can come up with very quickly. Coupon campaign, some sort of just kind of regular special offer campaigns that you're building out on a cycle. And so if I was doing this, let's just go for hair salons, okay? If I was doing this for hair salons, so hair salons, that roughly, let's call it every 30 days, they need to be, thinking about coming back in for a haircut or whatever it is, right? Mm-hmm. So you could do a birthday campaign special. You could do an anniversary of when they became a customer special. You could do a consistent reach back out campaign, a circle back campaign based on how long it's been since our last service. You could do a refer a friend campaign. So you could have all of these business building campaigns around that smart number that you could just upgrade to for $297. And then, I mean, they're all automated. You put them in place for the customer and they're all automated. So yeah, we've got to do a little bit of the homework to create them up front, but those are automated and they're universally applicable. I mean, those apply to every small business out there with just minor adjustment. Yeah.
Great. Thanks. The review stuff is easy to fit in too somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. That's another super simple one. Makes sense for everybody.
Thank you.
Okay. Does that help?
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Yeah. Awesome. If you put those packages down on paper, you know, and you want, or put them up on your website or whatever, and you want me to take a look at them, just let me know. Okay.
Okay. I will. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. Let me see who is next here. Reginald, looking for help defining an SMS package. If there's not a plan to put together a snapshot for one. Reginald, are you there? There you, I see you. Let me take you off of mute. Reginald, you want to give me a little more insight? I can't hear you. I don't know. I can see you. Gotta get your earbuds. Okay. Just let me know when you're back, or you can just type in if you want to give me a little bit more specifics around, you know, what you're looking to offer. So maybe what kind of business you're targeting specifically, something like that. That would be great. Let's see here. Hey, there you are.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're very quiet, but let me see if I can turn up my volume. Go for it.
All right. How about, am I any better?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Here's the dilemma. For years, obvious, well, not obvious, but for years, I had been, my sole focus, my niche had been restaurants. Well, all right. So now I'm in Florida, and with partial openings, I'm just I'm getting a list together of restaurants that are open. And so, pretty much your question that you gave answers to just previous to this kind of did, you know, it did solve some of the dilemma I had in terms of what to offer. When I put the question in at the very start, I was thinking about specific, just plain old SMS campaigns. But I wasn't really thinking about restaurants at the time when I put the question in, because I'm not really sure if I want to stick with restaurants or if I want to move to a different niche per se.
Okay.
I've got a list of restaurants that I had been working with, but out of the 10, 7 have closed, and there are only 3 that are doing partial openings right now. And I've been in contact with them, but these guys have been so skittish about doing anything. They're not even sure that they're going to be remaining open because they didn't get their PPE, and they're still going through everything that's involved in trying to get into the second round. So I'm not really sure that I want to remain with restaurants per se. But when I put the question in, I was just thinking about specific SMS campaigns all on its own.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah. So cool. Well, let me just share some thoughts with you. So when it comes to restaurants versus something else, I think that, you know, it's obviously, that's an important question for you to answer. I would personally, I would personally give a little bit more time at this point. Like if you haven't made the decision to jump to a new niche yet, and we're getting close. I mean, especially in Florida, you know, they're talking about opening up some businesses again here a little more aggressively than other parts of the country. I would at this point just give it a little bit of time before you jump ship to see how that plays out a little bit, just because that is already your niche. And I think, you know, you've only got a handful of weeks here to see kind of how that plays out a little bit. So let me just go ahead and address it as if you're going to stick in the restaurant niche. And I'm going to go ahead and write some campaign ideas up here, because I think anybody that's selling to small businesses could benefit from the idea of taking these campaigns and using them. Okay.
Let me say, let me just say from the start, I hadn't really talked myself out of remaining with restaurants, but I do know I have made this one commitment, whatever niche, and if I'm leaning toward remaining with restaurants, I got to stay in it for the long haul. It can't be just jumping from niche to niche to niche, because in the beginning it would seem as if it's not going to play out. So I do know, and my commitment is whatever niche I'm going in, and if I love and I like, and I've been working in the restaurant niche for a long time, that
Yeah.
putting my feet in and planning it, I plan to remain there.
That's awesome. I love that. And I'm so glad to hear you saying that. Cause that's what it takes. Everybody needs to hear that. Like, you can't just hop around from market to market. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're not going to get scalability. You're not going to get a reputation. You're not going to get any of the true optimized processes and services and things like that you need to really scale and get that margin in a market if you're just jumping around. So don't do that. Make good strategic decisions and then stick with it. Okay. So let me just go ahead now. And so first of all, I would say in the restaurant business, there's obviously the takeout and pickup delivery and all that type of stuff. So for that business in particular, you can do a lot around that, right? You can do a lot around just kind of, spotlighting what their takeout offers are, what their pickup offers are, when that's available, all that type of stuff. But to broaden though, for any industry, pretty much any local small business, I just want to, write up here real quick, SMS campaigns that you could create that are essentially evergreen, automated. You set them up with very minor customization. They can work for any industry and any business. Okay. So so when we talk about upgrading to these, campaign services, that there's just, a lot you can offer. And then what's really critical here, and I got to stress this, is don't anybody out there go out and offer SMS services. Please, dear God, listen to me on this. Okay. Do not do that. SMS is a commoditized. I can go out and search on Google right now and find SMS platform. Oh, well, look, that only cost me $47 a month. I'll just sign up for SMS. You're not selling SMS. You're selling the outcome that small business wants. And you're selling your proprietary system. Okay. Your proprietary system that helps X business get X result. Okay. Helps restaurants get more butts and seats, or gets more takeout, or gets more, delivery orders, whatever it is your proprietary system to do that. Does it include SMS? Sure. Right. But that's not what you're selling. So let's be very clear about that. There's almost no restaurant in America right now sitting around going, I need me some SMS. Okay. That's not what they're thinking. So you don't need to sell to them that way. Sell to them the outcome and the result that they're looking for. Okay. But having said that, let's talk about campaigns. So birthday, anniversary. And by that, I don't mean like anniversary as in when they were married. I mean like anniversary as in, the first time that they came and did business with you. Although you could do both, either one. Okay, so birthday, anniversary. Service reminder. So by that, I mean, it's been X number of days since you were here last time. It's probably time to schedule your next appointment. Okay. But that works for restaurants too. Hey, it's been a while since we've seen you in here. Come on by. And here's a 15% off special offer. Okay. Get back in here. Okay. So then special offer. It's a good old coupon campaign, right? There's just a special, and you can every single month, one of the easiest things to do in local businesses, gang, every single month, just look at the holiday campaigns. There's always some reason to have a special offer. Okay. It's New Year's, it's St. Patrick's Day, it's Valentine's Day, it's Mother's Day, it's Father's Day, it's the start of summer, it's Labor Day, it's kids go back to school, it's Thanksgiving. Just if nothing else, just build something around those. Okay. Super easy. One of the things that I really like that I've seen some businesses doing here in San Diego, some restaurants doing in San Diego, is just $24-hour specials. So just 24-hour specials are, hey, for the next 24 hours, you can get this appetizer for half off, but it's only good for the next 24 hours. Whether or not they enforce that, I don't know. I don't care. It creates urgency in the mind of the customer. It's like, oh, you know, we're going to get their, you know, their margarita special or whatever it is. Okay. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody, by the way. 24-hour specials. What's that, Reginald?
No, nothing.
Cool. 24-hour specials. Let's see, a birthday anniversary. Bring a friend campaigns, right? Bring a friend campaign, and their service is, you know, 50% off or something like that. That works for so many different types of local businesses, restaurants, bars, salons. You know, women, bring your girlfriend in, get your hair done at the same time, 50% off, you know, for your friend, that type of thing. So all of those work really, really well. Gosh, I mean, but you know, honestly, I could sit here and brainstorm this and just do a little bit of thinking on it, and we could come up with, you know, 25, 50 different campaign structures. But these are so universal, and they're almost never ever executed by local businesses. I mean, tell me, how many local businesses are you getting any sort of consistent reach out from on any of these things on SMS?
None.
I have one restaurant here in San Diego, and I go out to eat all the time. I mean, I live out at restaurants. There's one restaurant here in San Diego that consistently reaches out to me on my phone.
Addition to the challenge, and I'm sure you know this, the challenge that I found in working with the people that I was working with is none of them had a database.
Yes.
They did not have a base of their customers. They had nothing in place to collect that data. The ones that are open now, they still don't. So that's got to be a starting place for them. The 3 guys that are open, we tried to get something in place with their takeout and with their pickup, putting something in the bag, you know, to just try to build it. And these guys were so skittish, it just made me just not want to deal with them. But I can understand where they were, and I had to stop being frustrated and let my frustrations cloud how I was going to think.
Yep. But you're right. I mean, and so that creates a very natural service offering, or part of your service offering, right? Which is building their list, right? So the great thing about SMS is that's really easy to do. You can have people just text the number. You can have people, you know, a coupon form that you could advertise. You could do the birthday campaigns that you can advertise on Facebook. You can do the chat widget pop up on their website. Any of those things will collect phone numbers. So, and then there's the good old fishbowl approach, right? Come into the restaurant and you know, you can make it an actual fishbowl, drop in your business card type of thing if people still do that. But the easier one is just make it a virtual fishbowl while they're at the restaurant, right? You have a little table tent thing that just says text this number for, you know, such and such special.
Right.
That way you're just constantly building their list for them.
All right, I'm gonna package what I think. I'm going to put together what I think are appropriate packages, and when I do you mind taking a look at them?
Of course not. Send them
All
to
right. Cool.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Uh-huh.
All right, let me see who is next. Okay, Marcus says, question about pre-recorded videos of a version of your grand opening strategy for those suspects who open several emails I send, but don't set up a call in the form of video sales presentation. Does it even make sense to set up something like that? Yes. No, absolutely. I would absolutely do that, Marcus, for sure. And just so I'm clear, what I'm saying is that I would do enough of a sales pitch to get them to the strategy call. don't try and outline the full strategy in that video, but just do enough of a sales pitch. Hey, this is Marcus Roman. I've been working with the small business community here forever now. I'm completely passionate about helping you guys. I know you're down, but you're not out. I want to share with you strategies on how you can make a comeback here as this economy opens back up. But here's the deal, and I know that this is true. You can't hope for success. Okay, it may have worked sometime in the past where the economy was good enough and there was enough business that you could just open up your doors and your business could do okay. There's no opportunity for that right now. We've got to fight for every dollar, for every customer, for every opportunity. And that means you've got to have a strategy and you've got to have a plan. And I would like to help you create that plan at no cost to you. All you got to do is book a time with me on a link down below. Get on my calendar. I'm going to sit down with you for 30 minutes. I'm going to outline the most effective strategies that are going to work for your business. No cost to you at all. This is just my way of giving back to the community and helping you out. Book your call. Right? Cool. Awesome. All right, let's see here. Patrick says, I'm in the restaurant niche, but a lot in Dallas offering alcohol drink specials with takeout orders. I'm not in I'm not in the restaurant. Yeah, got it, Patrick. Cool. James C says, I have a Google AdWords PPC question. I took over an existing AdWords campaign for an attorney I work with already. The previous AdWords agency said they can't turn over the current account to us. He said it is inside of his main account and can't be separated from his other client accounts. I've taken over the AdWords campaigns in the past. All it took was the login and password. It's been a month of BS. Any help or direction? Whew. I don't know if there's an AdWords expert in there that could help with this. My concern with that, James, is that if that person did not structure the campaign set up properly inside of AdWords, that actually could be true, right? So as an example, okay, Kathleen says that she has an AdWords specialist that she can refer you to. Make sure and jump in the Facebook group. You can jump in the Facebook group, James, also, and ask this question. Of course, I know a number of different AdWords people that are good as well. Thanks, Marcus. I appreciate it. Awesome, man. Good luck. Keep me posted. James, my concern is, if I do much more Facebook advertising than I do Google advertising. So let me just relate it to you this way. I could set up campaigns for somebody inside of my Facebook ad manager where I'm running those campaigns for them, where there would be no way for me to separate it out because I had not followed Facebook's rules on how to set up an account and campaigns for a different business. No agency in their right mind should be doing it that way at this point. So if they are, it's a real good thing you took it over for your client. And two, that's frustrating. And they may just be, playing dumb and just, trying not to help you because they see you now as a competitor. Would not be the first time that that's happened. So I'm sorry to say that unless it was set up properly so that your client has access to the management of that campaign as well, so that you could essentially, have your client assign that to you now and unassign it to that other agency. I mean, unless that's the case, unless you can see that and have visibility to that, or your client can or whatever, I think you're probably shit out of luck. I hate to say it, but I think that's probably the reality. Let's see here. Matt Gordon says, if I were to open a new agency, I'd focus on equipping small businesses with a marketing data system, a database, pixels, and website visitor data. Yeah, I would. So Matt, I would I love that idea. I would make that a very strong benefit of your system. I wouldn't make that the system itself, because I think most small businesses wouldn't really understand that or understand the value of it. But by providing all of that data and that visibility to that data, you're making your services really sticky. Okay, so I would still sell to restaurants. The outcome you're looking for is more takeout orders, more delivery orders, more butts and seats. That's what I'm selling, is the system to do that. And then I would use all of the data to protect myself from competition. Because that's exactly what I did with Everon with our daily scorecard, right? Our daily scorecard was our way of presenting the data to our customers and saying, look at all the amazing things that we're doing for you. You know, are our competitors able to show you this kind of data? And they never were. And so that gave us a huge amount of defensibility. The really cool thing with High Level is that they're integrating all kinds of data in there, right? So the Facebook campaign data can now be pulled right into your dashboard in High Level. AdWords data, you know, all that type of stuff getting pulled right in there. So now you're going to be able to create a really slick single dashboard for your customers. Let's see here. Derek says Facebook ads. So are you building out your clients inside of your ads manager, or are you working inside of their account? Derek, so inside of, if I were, so right now I am not currently doing any Facebook ads for any clients, to be clear. But if I were, what I would be doing is I would be inside of your business manager in Facebook. You can, there's the 3 different options for accounts, right? You can create a brand new account that you own entirely, or you can create an account on behalf of a client, or you can grab an account from a client, right? I think that's how the 3 options are kind of worded. So you would want to do those client options to make sure that Facebook still sees the account as being an account owned by your client, but you can manage it from inside of your business manager. So you're not, you've been given the right to manage that account inside of your business manager. Yeah. So that way it's not like you're logging out of one thing and into another. You're just going into your Facebook manager and you're just going to see the different businesses that you have advertising access over. Norm says, yeah, exactly. And David says that way they pay the bill. Exactly. That's right, Tim. So Norm says, so totally different niche. I love troubleshooting. I must admit that I'm quite good at root cause analysis and figuring out tech problems. Thing is, I don't really know how or actually if that should be pursued as a pricing model, and scalability are questionable. I don't want to work by the hour, but it's also impossible to know how long some of the troubleshooting can take. So Norm, this is what I did for a living for 9 years, right? This is Everon. Everon Technology Services I took on all of the risk of managing somebody's computers and did it on a flat fee basis, okay? So the way that you make that work is by getting specific about what it is that you are supporting, and then creating the boundaries, the rules around it. Okay, so let me give you an example. And I share this in my Services at Scale program. I believe when I'm going through Everon as an example, but let me just give you a quick example here. If I was providing antivirus services to small businesses, I could have a service that is for $9 a month per computer. You get our world-class antivirus software, plus you get all of the software automatically updated and kept current. Okay, so that's for $9 a month per computer. And then for the next service up from that, for $19 a computer, you get that antivirus software, plus you get removal of any antivirus that you get, for while you are using our software. right? So if there's ever any problem with your computer, you know, we'll do all the cleanup for you for $19 a month. But here's the key thing is that I controlled the variable, right? In order for them to get the $19 a month service where I'm committing to clean up their computer, they have to be running my $9 a month recurring software package on all of their computers. So you can't just come and sign up for antivirus troubleshooting and removal from me on a flat fee unless you've let me control the variable, which is to put my software on your computer first so that I know that I am doing everything I can to make sure that your computer is safe. Okay. The third thing then we added on to that was another plan up where not only would we remove software or anything, remove the virus or anything like that and troubleshoot that, but your computer would be fully backed up. So if we ever had to, we could completely restore all the data on your computer, right? And again, that was just software based, right? And that $9 package that we had, we were backing up their computer anyway. So it was just a really nice benefit that we could offer, even though we were doing it automatically already. So, so depending on what it is that you're trying to troubleshoot. So as an example, Norm, there are some businesses out there that all they do is WordPress troubleshooting. So very, very specific. You know, they know how they can control the variables because they know WordPress really, really well. And they know that people oftentimes have little problems with WordPress. So they sell a service where it's, you know, all we do is WordPress fixes. We're your WordPress team for X dollars a month. So it really depends on what it is that you're trying to offer, but the key is that you got to focus it and control the variables. Okay, so I hope that helps you. And by the way, those can be excellent services. There are lots of, like there's a service out there that all they do for a flat monthly fee is they're your, they are your go-to person for HubSpot troubleshooting. There's businesses that all they do is Salesforce troubleshooting because HubSpot and Salesforce are big, complicated software platforms that oftentimes you get stuck or something gets broken or whatever. And if you try and go through HubSpot or Salesforce, it can take forever and could be very frustrating because their own, support teams and service teams can get very backed up or honestly not be that great at troubleshooting stuff. So these guys sell their service as we're just your go-to resource for stuff with HubSpot or Salesforce. But the key is they sell it for a monthly recurring fee. Okay, they sell it for a monthly recurring fee. So it's not just little one-off projects that come to them, which is critical. Timothy says, I'm getting into the SMS list building as a service training. Awesome. You say to create a new account in high level. Once the account is set up and being used, are there any costs or is the recommended 47, 97, 100% profit? The only costs, Timothy, are the costs of the Twilio fees, which I think is like 0.015 pennies per text or whatever at this point. So look in your Twilio account at your costs per message, but those are the costs. So if you do the math of 47 divided by, you can find out, okay, that means that they could use this, 20,000 times in a month and I would still be breaking even. And then you can decide what you want to do about that, right? So you could have for $47, that includes 20,000 messages a month. If you need to go over that, we charge you another 47, and at 97, you get X number of additional, per month, something like that, right? The reality is, so your Twilio bill is going to be a pool, right? Your Twilio bill is going to be a pool of all the numbers that you sell. So the reality is, if you price your services, it's 47, 67, 97, whatever it is, many of the businesses that you own, that you provide this service to, are never going to get anywhere near that total number of messages that's going to cost, it's going to turn the corner on making it unprofitable for you. And then you're going to have the handful of outliers that do. but because of that pool, this model is going to work out really well for you. And again, I know because this is the exact type of thing I've done many times, where you create a pool of customers. Some of them have higher costs, some of them have lower. And then what you can do, Timothy, without it being advertised, if you want to, is when you have those high outliers, you can go to them and just get on the phone with them and just say, hey, Timothy, look, love having you as a customer, man. Let me just tell you what's going on. You're using the heck out of our SMS service, which is awesome. I love it. Clearly, it's providing way more than $67 a month in value to you. And I need to do something to capture a little bit more of my cost back in this, because right now, you're breaking the bank with how much you're using this service. And in almost all cases, your customers are going to go, yeah, you're right. Okay, I get it. Yeah, what do you need to charge me? Right? So you can capture some of that back. But that way, what you don't want to do is over-engineer your packages for the outliers. Okay? Because then you get into this bad sales and marketing position where you're building in all of these rules, and all of a sudden, it's kind of like having the fine print on an offer from a customer's perspective, where you're like, oh, the headline was awesome. And then I read all the fine print, and it turns out, I can't buy this. I don't even understand it. I think I'm getting screwed some way or whatever. You don't want to do that. You want to make stuff easy to buy. The reality is there's not a lot of people that are going to be problems. So you just address those individually. Okay. Lance says, I've been prospecting the way Rob teaches in Nurture and Close 2.0, looking for people running Facebook leads and adding high level for automated follow-up. I have 2 good case studies now. That's awesome, Lance. Is there a better way to scale? Cold emails, referrals, my own Facebook lead ads, or just keep hunting and pecking like I'm doing now? No, Lance, yes, there's absolutely better ways to scale. Now that you've got some demos, that's fantastic. Some case studies, that's fantastic. What you should start doing is, 1, running your own ad campaigns, to those demos, to those case studies, so that other small businesses can see your Facebook ads. And your Facebook ads should be, very similar to the way Rob does it, right? Which is, let me show you how we added, 500 gym owners, for blah, 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 right? And then people go over, you have an opt-in for a case study, right? They opt in, they get the case study, and now you're following up with them saying, hey, we'd love to do that for you. So that's the first way. The second way is channels, okay? So hopefully those case studies now are in the same industry, and you can start reaching out to channels in that industry. So let's just say it's dentists. So now you can start, reach out to the local, dentist association and say, hey, look, I've got this proven model that I've used, with other dentists here in the area where we do X, Y, and Z, and they get X, Y, and Z benefit. I'd love to, attend your next thing or run a webinar to your local members or whatever. So start with a local channel like that where you can get in front of 50 of them at a time, and then run your educational webinar to them and show them the case studies, and then give them the opportunity to get in touch with you, and then just keep scaling that up. Patrick says, gold, don't over-engineer your packages for the outliers. Yes, Patrick, it is gold, and thank you for saying that, because it's one of those things that people won't realize is gold until they get out there and do it and make the mistake. It's something that I learned from messing up several times. Yeah, you want to make your stuff as easy as possible to sell, okay? Rule number 1 in selling to small businesses, do everything you possibly can to make your sales cycle faster. Rule number 1, period. Everything that you're doing, everything in terms of positioning to one market, to packaging your services, to pricing your services, to naming your services, to how you sell through channels, it's all about lowering your cost of sales and accelerating your speed of sales. That, more than any other factor, is what will create growth and opportunity for your business, okay? Getting them to stick and fine-tuning the nuances of what you deliver. Good golly, guys, if you saw my first couple of years at Everon in particular, I was better at it with Kutenda because I had already screwed up so much with Everon and learned from it. But gosh, if you saw my first 2 years at Everon, how much I screwed up on my packages, how much I included that I couldn't really afford to include, the things that I screwed up on the pricing. I mean, all that type of stuff. I've told this story many times, but I raised my prices 3 times in the first year. 3 times. I had to go back out to my existing customers and go, oh, I'm sorry, I can't continue to do this. I'm charging way too little. Up the price. I'm sorry, I know I just talked to you 3 months ago, but this still doesn't make sense. I got to raise my price. That's embarrassing and hard to do. And still, 90% plus of our customers stayed with us because we were adding value and we were taking care of them and we were hustling and they could see it. So you just got to go out there and do the same. Do everything you can to serve your customers. You're going to make some mistakes. I'm going to help you prevent a lot of those mistakes, but don't over-engineer. Dustin says, I just launched LMLA brand, love it, last month and have about 700 followers and 500 email subs. Dustin, don't say only. That's awesome, man. In 1 month? That's fantastic. I was thinking about doing a Phoenix offering with 5 to 10 businesses where I promote them, post much to my LMLIs and set them up on high level. Cost would be 67 plus 20% off any future. No, don't wait for nothing, man. That's awesome. Absolutely, Dustin. Do that. Run with it. I love that. Totally love that. Get that out the door. Patrick says, I have used the comeback campaign, but haven't used the comeback campaign, but would like to. Would you recommend offering it into a niche I'm not as familiar with yet to provide value, help them create a strategy, plus market research for me and possible fulfillment strategy? Or do you primarily recommend, I absolutely primarily recommend that you do this to niches that you're already highly familiar with. Yes. No, and to be clear, Patrick, I would, that answer is the same for any campaign, any service, any time, unless you're telling me that you are making a very deliberate strategic decision to switch to another niche. Because you've thought that out for months, you've analyzed the market, you have some sort of strategy as to why you're doing that. Otherwise, you should have a niche and you should be focused on that niche, and everything that you should do should be for that niche, period. Okay. Dave, any chance you'll send us a recorded version of this? Yeah, sure, Dave. Absolutely. Kathleen says, can you think of a clever name that starts with A for the top tier program? Oh, of course I can, Kathleen. Attract, activate, and accelerate. Heck yeah. Take that and run with it. It's my favorite game in the naming game. Let's go through, Kathleen, just go through leverage selling. You can see everything I do starts with the same letter, right? Every system I do, everything. I find a way to make it start with the same letter because that's the way my brain works. It makes it simple for me. Awesome. Any other questions, gang? We're just about in an hour. This has been great questions. I hope that this has been valuable for you. I love this. I hope that some of this can give you some of the tangible, clarity to help you move forward on some stuff. If you have any other questions, let me know, and we will jump on them. Good. Thank you, Dave. Derek says, are you using Mailgun? I'm using Mailgun. Derek. Yeah. And I've got to figure out, so I made the comment on the last Services at Scale Mastermind call that my deliverability through high level for email was bad. Like my emails were going straight to spam. And I've barely used it. I've used SMS really almost exclusively. I've barely used email at all. So I was like, man, I don't know what I'm doing that could send that right to spam like that. But everybody on the call pretty much was like, no, you need to warm up the account, give it a little bit of time, don't abuse it, and you're going to start getting deliverability. Sure enough, this week when I've been testing, I've been getting deliverability. So hopefully that was just exactly what they said. I just need to warm up the account. Awesome, Justin. Very good. Justin, I don't think I got the chance to answer your question, though. If you had something, please type it in. I'll be happy to. Awesome, Kathleen. Good. Good. Timothy says, but you can't put attachments on the email or CC anyone. Yes. And Timothy, those are possible concerns, but I would put them as very low, that those should be pretty low level concerns to you. Here's why. I would never send somebody an attachment anyway, unless I was like personally sending you an email. I would never send somebody an attachment. I would send you a link to go and view something or download something. So in almost all cases, that's the way I would recommend that you do it anyway. And then CCing anyone, yeah. I mean, again, are there cases in almost any case that I'm going to CC somebody, it's going to be because I'm personally sending a message versus like using it as a part of a campaign or something like that. I can say from a marketing perspective, Timothy, from a marketing perspective, I send, I don't know how many, hundreds of thousands or whatever emails a year or more than that at this point. But I can tell you that it's never been a concern of mine to CC somebody or include attachments. So, and the only reason I'm not arguing with you, Timothy, I just want to make sure it's real clear that you just, don't let those couple of things limit your evaluation of the tool too much. You may want to have another tool or whatever though for handling those scenarios. James says, so is this group mainly for local primarily? No, also for info products, James, for sure. It's just, I happen to have a big audience in local, and for info products, I've just started promoting, my course in that area. So no, absolutely. If you have questions for info products, James, fire away. Dollars down to 2 potential new initiatives. I'm serious. The thought comeback campaign could be a win-win. So Patrick, yeah, I mean, if you're making a strategic decision to go into another market, then I'm not going to ever tell you that that's the wrong thing to do. Like if you're making a strategic decision to potentially go into a new market, you're evaluating it thoughtfully, all that good stuff, then absolutely, that may be a great opportunity to test that market. I just want to make sure right now in particular, it would be a horrible time for people to just jump around thinking they're just going to find something. You know what I mean? Like, this is not the time for that. It's never the time for that, but now more than ever, it's not the time for that. Like, you need to be thoughtful and strategic about what you're doing. Okay. Yeah, Matt, I'm looking forward to Info Alchemy calls too. I'm over the moon excited about working on that with you guys. Oh, Vic, yeah. So Vic asking about Information Alchemy. Yes. So Information Alchemy for a long time, gang, I have wanted to launch a training on how to work in the information marketing business. And this pandemic just pushed me over the edge in terms of urgency to get it done. And there's a couple of reasons why. One, it's just fun to me. It's a fun business to me. I enjoy the heck out of doing this, creating training products, working with you guys. I've just immensely enjoyed the business and all of the benefits that come from it. And then two, man, right now, I just think about, for me personally, if I didn't have the information marketing business, my stress level around this whole thing with the pandemic would be very different, right? It would be very, very different, because I have a business where my customer opportunities are global. For me to sell and deliver my value, it requires almost no interaction in my sales process or my delivery process. It's an information product I can put up online and have somebody buy from a shopping cart. And I just think about the benefit of having that backup plan, if you will. Even if it's not your primary business, it's a business that you can absolutely have as a backup plan. I would tell everybody, honestly, anybody who has the capacity to do it, have an information business in addition to whatever you're doing. If you have the capacity to do it, have it as a backup plan, if nothing else. I can hardly think of a reason not to. So this course, Information Alchemy, I'm doing what I've often learned to do over the years, which is I'm creating the big kahuna program. I'm creating the course that if I was starting in this business from scratch and I wanted to understand all of the best options available to me and what the strategies are for success and all that, I'm doing all of that in one big course. Okay. And the reason why I do that is because it helps me really learn from people like, hey, what of what I'm creating here is like really valuable for you and helpful to you. And then here's one of the strategies in information marketing. What I'll do is then I'll take individual pieces of that big kahuna course and create separate courses that will then lead to the big kahuna course, right? So Information Alchemy is the big one. It's going to have everything about the industry that I can share with you. And then I'll peel out and create little separate products that will drive people into that well over time. So that's what I'm doing there. Okay. Timothy Miller says, Mike, do you know, does High Level offer a website chat widget that lets website owners chat with prospects via text messenger? Yes. So yes, Timothy. So if you look at the widget on any of my, here, well, let me grab that page that I just sent out today is actually, let's see here, this right here. Well, let me just get you, I'm just making sure I've got a link that I'm sending you that has the chat widget on it. Yeah. So thanks Dave, thanks for coming. So if you look at that right now, that chat widget on the lower right of that page is the high-level chat widget. Reginald, yes, Information and Alchemy is still open. I'm actually closing the launch special pricing tomorrow, so it is still open. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Matt Gordon. Yes. So he says, after working the agency life for a decade, I've been so pleasantly surprised by the response I've gotten in information marketing. It's a business that's much easier in a lot of respects. It's not much easier in a lot of respects. It's much easier, I think, in every respect, Matt. I got to tell you, it's a great. Oh, I just sent that. Hold on here. I just sent that privately. I meant to send this to everybody. There you go. Timothy, if you look at that, was Timothy that asked that, wasn't it? If you look at that in the lower right, oh,
it was me. I got it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry. Info Alchemy, sure. Hold on one second. Let me just make sure I know the right link. I believe it is. Yeah. So, Reginald, just so you know right now, I just have I don't even have a sales page for it. I just have a shopping cart for it, but it gives you the high level of what's in there. And you know, and how you can sign up for it, but that's it right there. And it's going to be a very, very robust course. Plus what I'm doing with it is I'm doing a couple of months or a few months of coaching calls with it as well. So that way I can make sure and, you know, personally answer any questions for people. I mean, just like this, right? Help them get off the ground and make the most use of it. Awesome. Good stuff, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm going to consider my first office hours call an absolute success. Thank you so much for being here and asking great questions and participating with me. Awesome. Thank you, Timothy. Thank you, Patrick. James C says, I have goals, growth accelerator, and get back into the for-product space. Awesome. So James, I would just use Info Alchemy. I mean, if you're just focused on getting that information business back on, going, just focus on Info Alchemy. Growth Accelerator is really kind of universal stuff. That applies to pretty much any business. It's like principles that are going to help you grow faster. That would apply no matter what you're doing. But if you're saying, hey, what do I need to focus on right now to get, the information business like going, just go into Info Alchemy. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Dustin. Thanks, Stephen. Gregory. So I'm going to do these calls every, let's see here. Do I have it scheduled for every other week? Hold on. I think I have it scheduled for every other week. Let me just make sure of that. But I'm pretty sure that is correct. I'm pretty sure that it's every other week right now. And if you registered for this one, you're automatically registered for all of them. Okay. So you should see actually in the confirmation that I sent you, in the email that came from Zoom automatically, you should be registered for all of them. So you should see the dates in there. There will be Tuesdays, 1 p.m. Okay. Just like this. And I'll send out reminders beforehand every time we do them. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Gregory. Thanks, James. Appreciate it. Norm says on the Info Alchemy page, I see a video, but no way to sign up. On the Info Alchemy, that should be, oh, did I paste the wrong one in there again? Gosh, look at that. I did. Hold on. My brain is not working here, gang. Hold on. That's the Info Alchemy link. I sent it, the first time I sent you guys a link, it went to one person. The second time, that one was right. And then the third one, I sent the wrong link. I don't know what I'm doing, but that is it. Yes, I will send out this recording. Yes, absolutely. Kurt says, Mike, I have to look at high level again, but quickly, what's the big difference between high level starter versus pro? The starter package you can use just for your business, okay? And then when you want to start offering services to clients through the system, you need to have the next level up, the actual agency, capabilities. And then, so it goes from 97 to what, 297 a month, but at that 297 a month, you can roll it out to as many customers as you want. So as soon as you're ready to roll it out to customers, that's the way to go. Yeah, Stephen. Yeah, absolutely. Just copy this. Cool. Awesome, everybody. All right, look, thank you again so much. This was fantastic, and I hope it was fantastic for you guys as well. And please keep in touch. So designing packages, things like that, get something down on paper and send it to me. When I have something tangible to look at, I can give you, real tangible feedback, right? Tweak this, change that, change these words here. So send me what you come up with. If you're in the Services That Scale Mastermind, we have our call, of course, later this week, and I'll be going through, specific packages in there as well to help you out as well. Okay. Awesome, everybody. Have a great rest of your week, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.